here with Ponder This. And I'm so glad that you're letting me share this book with you. Okay? And why don't you share it with others by hitting the share button on YouTube, hit like. Okay, that'll help us out a whole lot. We want to continue to use every outlet of ministry that we possibly can here at Messenger Church. We do it in our live services. We do it in our teaching services, our preaching services. We do it online with our live stream on Sunday morning. And then on Ponder This, and then in our word studies with Pastor broadcast. It's all there for one reason only, is to bring focus to Jesus Christ and the greatness that he gives to you of himself. All right. And so let somebody know. All right. Let's get into our thought for today. There can be no spiritual progress except through the death of self. Now that is a big statement. Every step on the pathway of spiritual progress will be marked by the bloody footprints of wounded self-love. McLaren said that. And then adding to it, failure to reinstate this truth will cause us to continue on the path of self-destruction we are speedily heading down. Ponder that thought. Ponder that. That's quite a thought there, okay? There's no spiritual progress except through the death of self. Even the greatest apostle that ever lived said, I die daily. Every single day. The apostle Paul said, hey, Paul's dying here. And this is the way I put that. When you die to self, you leave room for the life of Jesus to take up the space. Matter of fact, one writer wrote and said what God's looking for in us is emptiness. If he can find emptiness, then he's finding a place and he can fill that emptiness up. And the only way that emptiness is going to occur is when we get beyond ourselves. When we get beyond seeking nothing more than what we want or what pleases us, instead of considering those that are around us. I read the other morning, and of course you've heard it many times, in a little bit different form, but do to others the way you want them to do to you. What would it be like if we all lived that way? What would it be like? If every decision we make, every word came out of our mouth, if it was done or said the way we want it said or done back to us or for us, what would we do? What would we be doing or saying? Think about that. Jesus said that. I didn't write it. The golden rule is where that came from, or our golden rule came from that scripture, and so we need to think on that, you see. We need to understand that self is what's ruling humanity today. People are wrapped up in self-love. We love ourselves more than we love others. You say, well, how can you say that? Well, let me ask you a question. Do you spend more time taking care of yourself than you do taking care of those that you say you love? Do you spend the necessary time to make your children feel good about themselves, to educate them, to show them the right way, to live the life of Jesus in front of them? Or is your life balanced off of the statement, don't do as I do, do as I say do? You're a hypocrite. You are a hypocrite. You're telling them to live one way, but you go out and live any way you please. Why? Because the God of self rules you. So we've got to get to that point to understand that before we grow spiritually, before we travel on that pathway of spirituality, we've got to begin to crucify this flesh, pick up that cross, and follow Jesus. That's the only way we're going to get through this life successfully. Ponder, think on it, share it. Goodbye.